Hey everybody. It's been a while since you've seen my face. I know. I'm very, very sorry. It's just been a crazy couple weeks. Lots of things have been going on, lots of fun things, but just keeping me busy. And I just don't have a lot of time, but I've decided to start making time for you. Because I love you all. Um, but just a few things that have happened during the week, or weeks, I should say. Um, Work is going awesome. Um, I have developed so many relationships, and it's been great, and the students have been awesome. We do worship every Tuesday, and that's great. Time of fellowship, and dinners, and things like that. However, one thing that's happened this week is we had to write a spiritual autobiography, um, which was really, really tough. Um, it was crazy. It was like a therapy session. Feelings that I haven't felt before or haven't recovered in a long time just decided to pop up during this activity, especially when I wrote about my family, um, whom I miss very much, and I love you all. Um, you should have seen me writing this thing. Whenever I wrote about you all, I was crying for a solid hour, but I'm okay now. Mom, don't worry. I am great. I love it here, so don't worry. Just got a little emotional when I was talking about Mama and Nanny, and things like that. But what I did recover is that my family is my core and my center, and without them, I wouldn't have the faith I have now. Um, and my grandmother had a lot to do with it. Um, I told the story about how she would just in church she would be singing um, loudly and so out of tune that you couldn't hear anybody else. And that's one of the fondest memories I have of her. Um, Being in church and just being with God, and that's something that has stuck with me. It was kind of like her escape. It was a safe place for her, and that's kind of what I've come to know. To me, is the church is my safe place and my escape. And so, just having that come out and having that realized was really emotional for me. I still feel her every day. I know my family does, and they're probably going to cry when they hear this, but um, yeah, so she's with me. She didn't get to see a lot of us graduate, and she didn't get to see a lot of us graduate college, but I know she is proud of us. And it was a hard thing to talk about. It was at the beginning of it, and beginning of the spiritual autobiography, and it was one of the roughest things I've had to do was to go back to those feelings and figured out that you will always miss somebody, but we all know where she is, and we all know that she's happy. But some more cool stuff that have happened the past couple weeks. Um, I got to experience rugby, which was intense. Ashley is a girl from Ireland, Northern Ireland. She is here with us during the AV, and she wanted to go to the local rugby match, which I didn't even have a clue existed, but it did. It was the women's match, And it is the most intense thing you have ever seen in your life. These girls are crazy. No pads. It's like American football without pads. It's intense. People like were busting kneecaps and eyeballs were popping out. Like, it was insane. And I've never seen anything like it. So that was an experience this week. Um, Once there was a boy trapped in a land brown and sepia. The land was called There in this land, everyone was named One day, Lee met a grand fellow by the name of and talked to him about what it was like being raised in said that was the best place in the world. It is where I met my lovely wife He was a great guy and talked for hours about and his family. Lee soon grew to love the world of and moved there. He even changed his name to He even met his sweetheart and they married. They adopted 3 kids. Um, and They lived happily ever after.